Everything that happens to you in your dreams is real. It is as real as everything that happens to you while you're awake. To think that your daily experience as a character, a separate being, a human being, is more real than what you experience in your dreams at night. To think that this state is real and the dreams in the night aren't real is just a misunderstanding. When we are awake, we believe that the reality that surrounds us is real and this is our world. It obeys the laws of physics. It's very logical. The people around us don't change so rapidly as they do in dreams. Everything is so ordinary. It looks so ordinary. Things follow rules like time. And our dreams at night, time doesn't exist. Dreams do not follow the continuum of time. They can move forward or backwards or simultaneously, and the time is the main difference between these dreams and what we perceive as reality, because in the dreams there are so many things that just aren't possible when we are awake, like flying, or things become liquid, or we are at a certain place that we have never been, or we see things the separate form the character doesn't know. And this creates the mistake of believing that dreams are just something that happens in the brain, in the mind. This is the usual perception that it's like we are processing our experiences and we get hints from the universe about what we are doing and what we should do, or warnings through dreams, what we should be careful about or pay attention to. And it uses symbols. So all these things are very, very different from this mundane, day-to-day experience of the character. And the character cannot jump over this gap. This is too strange. It cannot be as real as my day-to-day experience. My daily experience is so reliable. It's so certain. I am certain that the sun will look the same today as it did yesterday, and that I will age another day, and that what happened yesterday will have some kind of reference in this day. It's like films. When we see a film, there is a sense of continuity. We saw something in a scene and we'll see it again in the upcoming scene, or we'll have a reason why it's not there, or what has happened. There will always be some kind of reference and continuity. But when we are dreaming, there is no continuity. The continuity goes somewhere else. There is a different kind of logic to what is happening. It plays in different tools inside this reality, and it shows us just another way of processing this thing. So it's much easier to believe that this reality is real and dreams are not. And this is how the grand illusion is built. It is built for us to identify with the separate form, with the character, with our name, with our profession, with what we have made our lives to be. If we are married, we have children. So we have a character and we play the part. In order for us to play the part, we need to know and we need to stand on a very firm ground. Otherwise, the story cannot develop. Only if the character knows exactly what she is, who she is. Okay, the quotes. But if she knows the characters, who she is, meaning she identifies herself as someone, and this someone has a story, and this story has a continuity in it, so the character can work inside the story. Throughout the years, the character can build everything. It can build psychological structures, it can build her ability and deepen the experience and deepen the expression because it believes the character. So this is how this illusion of a character is built on continuity. This is why there is the illusion of time and space. So the separate form, the character can move through something in a logical kind of way when she has memories and plans for the future, because it knows what it is a character, this is who she is, she did that yesterday, so she has to do something else tomorrow, and there will be no interference of something that isn't logical. Everything will follow a very strict line of reason. This line of reason is necessary for the character to be a character. Without this reason, without this logical movement in time and continuity, the character would not have believed and would not have formed an identity. And she would not hang to this identity and dive into this identity and character. She would not, because she would, you can try and think, if we were living only in dreams, in the logical world of how dreams are built, without continuity, without reason or logic, something that is logical, without time, in the liquid kind of space, with the strangest feelings, sometimes of simultaneously something happening or changing, so irrational, so shocking. If we would live in this world, if that was the reality that we would experience all the time, no separate form or character could hang on to something. Everything would be too chaotic. You could not have identified with the character. You would always be changing. You are sometimes a person, sometimes you become a lion or the floor. You could not find yourself as a character. And this is why it is not suited for this task of expressing a deep character. So these two states of being awake and dreaming are equally real. In the absolute reality, the absolute truth of things, this oneness or nothingness, they do not exist, not the dream world and not this state of being awake. We are not a separate character that dreams. We are this emptiness, this quietness, who never dreams. But in the illusion, this quietness expresses itself through the expression and experience of the separate forms. And in order to do that, to express itself, it needs the forms to be like they had, the forms has to have a very distinct border. They have to have borders. And the borders are this reason that dominates this world around us and lets us believe that it's so reliable, it's so predictable, it can never act in an unnatural way. People are seeking for these miracles or something that happened that is beyond the nature of things, that it never happens. Because it is so strict, this existence, because the character has to have no doubts that this is real. So the dreaming, our dreams, are not something that happens in the brain of the separate form. That there is a world, inside this world, this real world, there is a separate form which is me, and inside me I have a brain, and inside the brain at night something happens inside my brain. And this is just something that the brain does. It's like a hallucination of the real me. It's this reality distorted. This is the common perception of what dreams are. But in reality, if we allow ourselves to play with this thought, these ideas, just to play with them, so if we allow ourselves to think that the character itself is not real, it cannot have a brain if it is not real. So it imagines it is real and it has a brain and it dreams. What happens in reality, that there is oneness expressing. It expresses itself. We cannot try to describe the infinite nature of this oneness and all these expressions simultaneously happening. But if we'll try to isolate just this thing, the separate form and its dreams, so we have to think about it as part of the whole of oneness, which is expressing. So dreams, like thoughts, are not personal. They don't belong to the separate form. They don't belong to you. They're mere expressions of this oneness in this most beautiful and free way. You can see through your dreams the immensity of the expression of oneness. Because the images and the symbols, they come not from within your personal experience. And the way it is arranged so beautifully, without the continuity, so freely, like an abstract art, but a deep, profound abstract art. It always so sophisticated. It always has something it expresses and says through images, through something that is happening. You see, sometimes you see it as a story. Sometimes you see it as an image. It can appear in the most artistic, creative way. It is the most wild, creative way oneness expresses itself freely, without any connection to you. It is only you that connect these dreams to yourself. There are many kinds of dreams with such a wide expression. Sometimes you can have a dream that tells you that something will happen in the future, like a prophecy. And it will happen. And it's so interesting and amazing, and you are amazed. Or sometimes you feel you get a visit from someone you loved and has died, and he comes to visit you in the dream. And you wake up and you say, oh my God, that was so real. I really felt we were together. And it gives you great joy when something like that happens, because it looks and feels so real. And the good news is that you met him and you have been together in the most real way possible. What happens is, in the expression of oneness, this meeting has occurred because it's natural, because it's in this story of this separate form, to have a dream about her loved one that has passed away, and she will meet him and she will reunite with him. It's like closure. It's all part of the story, and the whole story is not real. So when you say that dreams are less real than this reality, it's like the descriptions in the book. The whole book is fictional, but you say some descriptions are more real than others, but the whole book is fiction. It's not happening. So what does it matter what it describes, how it describes something? Everything is as equally unreal, and everything is in the story. So when we dream about something, maybe it's a nightmare and a terrifying dream, and we don't want to think that it is in any way real, because it's so terrible. Some dreams are so terrible, we do not want to think that they are really happening. But they happen, and they do not harm you. And the great thing is that we think that when we woke up from a nightmare, that something bad has happened to us, and we woke up from this dream and we said, okay, it was just a dream, and this is not my reality, and everything is fine. I was just dreaming. And we look retrospectively and we look at the dream and we said, oh, I was so scared, but actually everything that has happened was not real. So if I knew that I was dreaming, I would not be scared. So this is exactly our reality. This is the dream we live in. We believe that something can harm us. We believe that this is reality, and if something happens here, it really happens. And what I'm trying to say is that this world and this existence is as real as these dreams. It's not. And when we wake up and realize what we are, wake up from this, they call it the dream state, we wake up to know that nothing can harm us, nothing. Because we were just dreaming our reality. This reality is a very sophisticated dream that has continuity and reason. But it's only a dream. We think that dreams, when we wake up, we understand that even though we can dream about something very materialistic, like a wonderful tree that has golden fruits, that this material in the dream was not real. We believed that there is a golden apple, but in fact it was all fiction of our mind. This is what we perceived, that it was all in our minds, that there is no matter. It was just an idea, an expression, and this state is also an idea, an expression. It's the same way as the material has the same substance as dreams do. And when you realize that and wake up from this dream state, You realize that matter, this is not matter. This is only an expression. This is only a figure, an idea. It has no substance. It happens in not the brain of someone, this hallucination, this existence. It doesn't happen anywhere. It's just expressing itself right here, right now. And it is empty. And it doesn't happen. After the shift, Simcha's shift, dreams continued, and they continued still. She dreams, but no one is dreaming these dreams. There is no emotion in the dreams. There can be a very scary fall in the dream, but no one is getting scared. It's just expressing a fall. Someone is falling. Maybe it's her, maybe not. And so this is how the knowing of what this thing is expresses itself through the dreams. It is also an expression in the separate form, in its being. I'm sorry for all these quotes. I had to go and do that all the time. Maybe I should put like 2 marks here. Then everything I say, take it with the quote. So no one in this state is dreaming. Dreams occur. No one is identifying with the character in the dream. So no one is sleeping. In the absolute reality, no one is sleeping. Sleep does not occur. This is only an expression. Everything is this expression, dreams included. We can enjoy this wonderful, wonderful expression of oneness that is called dreams. And of course, that while the separate form identifies with itself, it will identify the dreams as her own. And there is no point in trying to force yourself into believing that you are not a separate form and these are not your dreams. What I'm saying is a mere suggestion to play with the thought, to know that it's out there, to see that there is another possibility and play with it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the thought that dreams are as real as your immediate surroundings, as you are when you are awake. It's just arranged differently because it has a different purpose. This reality's purpose, okay, in quotes, is to create an identification with the separate form and to deepen the story so she can build the story through time. And dreams are just a wild way of expressing the same oneness, the same beautiful possibilities, and showing just how endless its expression can be. Dreams are a taste, a little taste of the endlessness of this expression, the endless universes possible and ways of expression we cannot even try and comprehend. So dreams give us a little taste of what it's like when it's free, when it's so creative. We can enjoy this creativity and enjoy the fact that it is there, that it is part of our expression. And so like you wake up from a dream or you wake up from this reality, you realize that you are awake, that nothing could have harmed you. And all of it, this reality and the wildest dreams are just a dream.